Hello everyone. To start our little penguin drawings, we're going to start with our white paper vertical, that means tall, and our black marker. Let's start in the top half of our paper and draw a circle. This will be little penguin's head. So your circle is going to be about halfway on your paper. So put your finger where you think halfway is. That's where your circle should kind of end up. So leave a little space on top and just draw a circle. See, it's almost halfway, but a little bit towards the top. Then we're going to draw little penguin's body. His body is just going to be an oval that comes from the head. Good. Let's draw his arms. We call these fins because he's kind of like a bird, but he also swims, and his feet. So let's start on the side here, and we're going to draw two ovals for his fins. Almost like a half oval because you can't see part of the fin. It's behind his body. Other one. Good. For his feet, we're going to draw two ovals like this. On the ends of the ovals, we're going to put 3 triangles for his claws. And then we're going to color all of that in. So take your black marker and go ahead and shade in the oval and the triangles together. Good job, everyone. Now we might as well just draw a little line here to show that he's standing on the ground. Just a little line that hops over his body. All right, let's draw his face now. So on the face, we're gonna be coloring in part black. So I'm gonna sort of divide up the space that's white and the space that's black. So I'm gonna start here with a big curve. It almost looks like a big smile, but it's not his smile. Then I want you to curve in a little bit on each side. And we're gonna come around on the inside and make another curve that matches the outside curve. Good. Now on the inside of this shape, it almost looks like a noodle. We're going to draw the eyes. So the eyes are going to be 2 circles like this. Notice how they're inside of the noodle. Then his beak, put it right in the middle of the noodle. It almost looks like an upside down raindrop. Let's color in his eyes. So I'm gonna leave a little white space there, so I'm just gonna make a little circle and then color in everything around that little white circle. It's just a way to show that he's got little shiny bits in his eyes, little highlights. All right, now outside of the noodle, we're gonna color all of this in black, but don't color the nose. So watch how I color this in with my marker. All right, now that we've colored most of his head black, we are going to get our charcoal out now. Your charcoal looks like this. We're going to use this to add some shadows on little penguin. So using your charcoal, we're going to add a shadow around the left side of the body. So put your finger where you think the left side is and go like this with your finger. That's how we're going to shade our charcoal. So I'm going to take my charcoal now and I'm just going to kind of color in on the left side. Now, using my finger, I'm going to blend this now around the tummy. Good. Don't touch anywhere else because my finger is dirty. I don't want to get any fingerprints. Pick up my chalk again, and then we're going to make a little shadow around the wings now. So just on the left side of the wings, then smooth it out a little bit. And on the right side of this wing, smooth it out a little bit. It just makes the body look a little bit more 3D, 3-dimensional with those shadows. All right, boys and girls, we are done with our penguin. We are now going to paint the background. So you're just gonna watch this step. All right, with this step, we're gonna use liquid watercolor paint. We're going to paint the background with blues and maybe even some purples. So let's take our blue liquid watercolor. Liquid watercolor is already water. You don't have to add any water to it. And we're gonna paint around Little Penguin. Now when you're painting around Little Penguin, make sure you don't paint on top of his wings. You paint around. Just like this. I'm not gonna get any paint on his body. So I'm only painting the sky right now. And I'm gonna mix some purple. Ooh, this will make some darker blues in the sky. When it mixes with the lighter blue, it makes a darker blue. So we can kind of mix this up, and I even like to have just a little bit of purple on the outside too. Now, after we've painted the whole sky, we're gonna use a special material. It's called salt. You probably know what salt is. You use it sometimes in your house when you eat food. We're gonna take a little pinch in our finger like this, and we're gonna sprinkle it on the wet areas, the areas that you see are little puddles. Now, if you don't have any wet areas, you can always just take your brush, get a little bit of water. Oh no, my little penguin, he got a spot on him. I'm just gonna wipe that off. Get a little bit of water on your paper. I'm just dipping my paintbrush in the water, getting a little bit of water on your paper, and sprinkling some salt. Now you won't really see what's happening right now, but when the salt dries, it's gonna make these really cool areas that look like little white snowflakes. So we have to let it dry. So I'm just sprinkling a little bit on here. Now after I've sprinkled my salt, I can take a little bit of blue watercolor. Now this is snow. I don't want it to be all the way blue. I just want to make some little blue lines to show that there's some little shadows in the snow. Just a little bit, the tippy toes of my brush. I'm not going to paint it all the way, just a little bit. There we go. We're finished, boys and girls. Put your work on the drying rack when you are done.